So we're going to use the same steps that we used in the lesson here for this practice problem. Now we need to combine two different equations to eliminate a variable. And what I see is that because the third equation has a negative y, and then the first two have a positive y, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pair the first and the third, eliminate the y, and then I'm also going to pair the second and the third and eliminate y. So the first equation and the third, and then the second and the third. Now I have two equations that both have just x and z. But this one, it isn't apparent what you are going to eliminate. So you have to kind of pick and choose what you're going to do. Okay. If I wanted to eliminate the x's, I would multiply maybe the top by -4 and the bottom by +3, and that would get rid of the x's because you have a negative x, a -12x on top, +12x on the bottom. If I wanted to get rid of the z's, which is what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to get rid of the z's. I am going to multiply the top by, let's say, -3, and the bottom by +2. What that will do is that will result in -18z on top, and then +18z on the bottom. So I can eliminate my z's, and that'll become -1x, -9 plus 8, and this equals 2. Check over, just make sure I multiplied everything right. Giving us an x value of -2. And then once I have the x value, I can plug it into any one of these equations. This equation, this equation, this equation, or this equation to solve for z. I'm going to just plug it into the top one up here. I'm going to plug it into 3x plus 6z equals -4. Alright, solving for z gives me 1/3. Now I'm going to plug both of those equations, or both of those values, into one of the original equations. Let's make it the first one. The first one seems to be the simplest. So into the equation x plus y plus 3z equals 3. I'm plugging -2 and 1/3. And I get a value of 4. So my total point would be -2, 4, 1/3. How you can check to make sure that's right is you can plug this value back into every single one of your equations, or you can go up here. I had a link to a graphing tool. You can click on that. You can graph all 3 equations. And then this one, it might not be so easy to put a point. So what you can do is you can type in that point -2, 4, 1/3. And let's take up 1/3. Let's take a look. Does that seem to be where the intersection of all 3 of those planes is? If you look at it from the bottom, maybe, and from the top, yeah, you can see one plane is right here, another one is right here, and the third plane is right down here. They all intersect at that point right there. So -2, 4, 1/3 works out.